Hey everyone, I'm Rob Franek, Editor-in-Chief here at the Princeton Review. Friends, over the lead up to the 2020 AP exams, we spent a lot of time together talking about the shortened AP exams themselves, the FRQ, free response question format, and the very unusual at-home AP exam administration. We even talked about how to be strategic about sending your AP exam scores. If you haven't watched that video already, do it. It's a good one. But now, scores are starting to be released. But not individual scores. Unfortunately, as we've discussed, those are going to be available on July 15th, but aggregate scores are available, and not for all 2020 AP exams, but for most of those 2020 AP exams. And the results so far are for students who tested in May and in early June 2020, and do not include those final exception dates in late June of this year. And those aggregate scores are not being released all at once, but one exam at a time. Savor it, folks. But wait a minute, there's more. The College Board is not reporting this information on its own website. That'd be so 90s. Those aggregate scores, folks, are going to be reported on, wait for it, Trevor Packer's Twitter feed. Mr. Packer is the Senior Vice President in charge of AP exams and instruction at the College Board, the creators of all things AP. Folks, we need to acknowledge that there are a few issues with process here, not least of which is that in an ideal world, you wouldn't have to know who Trevor Packer is to get information about your own AP exams. But friends, let's move on from this hiccup on the part of communication on the part of the College Board, and let's talk about the actual data so far. Overall, a greater percentage of students seemed to have earned more 4s and 5s this year compared to last year, and that is awesome. But let us today sharpen that identified trend with some actual data. We're going to look at two examples to see how it all breaks down. Number one, we're going to start off with the AP US History exam. Now, last year in 2019, just under 497,000 AP US History exams were taken, and this year, just under 479,000 students began their AP US History exam, and that's about 454,000 students who actually completing it, meaning that 25,000 students didn't complete their AP US History exam. And here's how the scores distributed overall, how it actually shook out. In 2019, 53.6% of AP US History exam takers scored a 3 or above. This year, that same percentage is 58.8%, with slightly higher proportions for all three scores, meaning that a larger percentage of students earned 3s, a larger percentage of students earned 4s, and a larger percentage of students this year compared to last year earned 5s. Now, a quick housekeeping tip. We're presuming that the percentages for this year are for exams that were completed. Otherwise, we'd expect to see higher proportions of 1s and 2s, given that there were 5% of test takers who didn't complete their AP US History exam. Okay, that's example one. But let's look at one more. This one, AP English Literature and Composition, big favorite of ours at the Princeton Review. Last year, 380,000 exams were taken, and this year, just over 339,000 students began that AP exam, with just over 323,000 students who actually completed it. So again, that's about a 95% completion rate. And again, the percentage of students earning 3, 4s, and 5s were all up, but in this case, cumulatively, more than 10%. So overall, given the results that we've seen so far, the net change skews positively, with scores trending up a bit this year compared to last year, but the results vary by subject and very much by student. So the whole world could have scored a 2, but if you get a 5, that's the experience that will count for you. So here's what our full team hopes that you'll take away from this video. Number one, don't get bogged down in looking at those aggregate scores. If you're interested in seeing them, you can find them, of course, on Twitter, or you can can sit tight for another week and wait to learn what your individual scores are and take solace in knowing that you've done an incredible thing. You've taken a college level exam or multiple college level exams in a deeply, deeply unusual testing environment during a global pandemic. Folks, let that sink in and know that whatever your scores may actually turn out to be, that you've done something that no one before this year could ever have made claim to. Know too that your resilience will serve you better than any exam score. And you've all shown that resilience over and over throughout this spring semester. Now, if you're an odds playing person, a lot of data seem to suggest that many of you have already earned a superlative score on your AP exams. Well done, folks. Pat yourselves on the back. And friends, please know that we'll be back with you right here to cover any and all developments in the world of education, exams, admission, and a whole lot more. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. If you have a question that you'd like us to address here, please leave it in the comment section and we will do our level best to do just that. Again, folks, Rob Franick, Editor-in-Chief, back with you real soon. Take care.